Hello, and welcome back to the Lowdown. I'm Tyler Happney, your producer, and today I have a very fun episode for you. Recently, we had the privilege of going down to the Akron Comicon and recording some local cosplayers and artists. On top of that, we were able to get some footage from the local rendition of Machinal put on at Gazetta Hall sometime in November. Let's check out some of that footage.
The ZTV crew took on this year's Akron Comicon hosted at Amedio's Expo Center in Cuyahoga Falls. At this year's convention, there was a lot of special guests, cosplayers, and art for sale. We ran into some really awesome cosplayers, like this Grey Knight from Warhammer. Wolverine, Darkseid, some animal-inspired costumes, and Batman. In addition to cosplayers, we met some talented artists, including this comic book illustrator, Rack. Rack, a seasoned illustrator, had a plethora of work to show off. Character cards, original comics, and reimaginings of characters filled his booth, with everything being really cheap. He likes bringing items to these conventions that showcase his work, but are also small and affordable, so the kids can take home something of his as well. His work went on, and he even gave us some cards to go home with for free. Rack was just one of many illustrators that we met during our time at Comic-Con, and something they all had in common is that they all seemed to really love talking about their work. Everyone who was there selling comics was very passionate about the art that they created and were able to show to everyone. Indie film actress Lisa Neild, who stars in independent horror films and is the self-proclaimed Scream Queen. She was selling t-shirts, DVDs, and posters of her work. The family of artist Steve Messenger, who created these awesome pictures of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He definitely has his own unique style. The black and white style was really eye-catching. He even had a skateboard with his art on it for sale. Local comic artist David Citrone. He had a very fun, cartoonish style to his art and used colors in very unique ways. And other extremely talented individuals. They had enormous amounts of comics for sale, ranging from Marvel to local comics, with brand new comic books and relics. During our time there, we got to take a look at some really awesome art for sale. They had 3D printed art, like these busts of Rick, Morty, and Batman. They had larger pieces that were much more expensive, and small pocket pieces for much cheaper. Cool holographics, beautiful illustrations, hand-drawn art, t-shirts, bead art, plushies, and much more. Lots of pop culture and geek culture merch was sold there, including a huge variety of Funko Pops. This guy had some funny pieces for sale. Here's one of our ZTV show directors getting chopped down by Jason. We were blown away by the amazing cosplays, art, and merch. Had a great time, and we met some really awesome people.
Would anybody be willing to go to the bathroom and give me some paper towels? Thank you.
Did you buy it?
I did not. Exactly.
Wow, Comic-Con was crazy. But we're not done yet. We still have a ton of interviews for you that we'll be playing throughout the episode.
Hello, my name is Zach Benton here with the University of Akron ZTV. I'm here at Akron Comicon, and I'm here with...
They call me Rack in the field. The artist
call you
Rack.
Rack in the field. I like it. And how are you doing today, Rack?
Good. It's been a great day. A lot of people. See old friends, new friends, lots of fans.
Yes, sir.
Been fun.
I like it. And can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing here today?
Well, I've been an artist for over 40 years, about 45 years, and I was one of the first independent comic book publishers in the nation. And I started with a book called Thunder Mace. The backup character was called Shakan, the Forever Man, and he went on to become a video game from Sega all over the world, and he continues in a line of graphic novellas and things like that. So I wrote, drew, and created the character, the storylines and stuff. And then I do all kinds of stuff. I have a toy company with like crazy little monsters I sculpt, and the little crazy little cards called the Super Freaks. That's like a parody superhero series, and people collect them all over the world.
Right.
So I've been very fortunate. It's been a great field, and this is my hometown. That's why I'm here. So it's I'm born in Akron. So.
Right. So can you tell me a little bit about how long you've worked in the industry?
About 45 years.
45 years?
Yeah. I'm 65. So.
No.
Yeah. I started as a pro at 17. I took commercial art classes, a vocation, which I think schools should go back to having a lot more vocational classes. I took commercial art as a vocation, and in my senior year, I started at an ad agency and started doing, graphic design work, commercial work. But in the back of my head, I always loved comics, so I was writing and drawing my own stories as I went along, and then eventually I started my own company. Rack Graphics.
That's really awesome.
And I've sold hundreds of thousands of books. That's
really awesome. Is there anything that you want to put out there in the world?
Well, if you have an idea or you feel like doing something, you should attempt to do it. I mean, I started as an inner city kid in Akron, and I never dreamed that by starting my company I would, be all over the country. My stuff sold all over the world. I've been at San Diego Comic-Con 27 years, New York Comic-Con. I've done shows from coast to coast, north to west, basically every major city. And so it's been, surprised me,
That's really awesome. Thank you so much, Rack. Thank you so much.
Now that we've seen some Comic-Con footage, let's check out something from Machinal.
Tonight, the University of Akron's Sandifer Theater comes alive for the grand premiere of Machinal. Students, faculty, and theater enthusiasts gather in anticipation of a powerful performance. Before the curtain rises, the sounds of a live jazz performance fill the air. Students on piano, drums, and other instruments set the tone for the evening's exploration of life's mechanical pressures. Let's take a look to some of their musical performances. Directed by Terence Crenendonk, Machinal, written by Sophie Treadwell, draws inspiration from a 1927 case and presents a dark, expressionist drama about a young woman trapped in a suffocating, mechanical world. Treadwell's play is a haunting reflection of societal pressures, a world where emotional isolation and monotonous routine imprison both men and women, rich and poor. The young woman in this story, though a victim, is complicit in creating her own prison. The play asks how we all contribute to mechanical lives we lead. The powerful performances by UA students bring this complex drama to life, portraying a world of struggle, survival, and the fight for individuality.
I'll rest, I'll lie down, down, all written down in a big book. No matter, doesn't matter.
Despite financial setbacks and the suspension of the theater department in 2021, the students of University of Akron continue to show resilience and passion for the performing arts. For those interested in theater, there are still many opportunities at UA. Don't let your dream become mechanical. Join us in the creative journey today. Thank you for joining us for the special presentation of Machinal.
Now that we've seen a lot of Machinal, let's check back in on the Comic-Con.
And I'm here with...
Lisa Nield. Hey.
Hi, Lisa. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing so good. I'm so excited to
Good.
be here. I saw what you had here, and I knew I had to stop by. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing here?
So I'm an independent film actress. So I started back in 2008 with, a certain gentleman's magazine. But then I discovered acting, so that's where my passion and my heart is. And 35 films later, here I am. So I've gotten the honor to work with people like Ari Lehman from First Jason, Nancy Ann Ritter from Scream, Beatrice from Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, she was his mom, all kind of wonderful people, Gigi Edgley. So that whole horror genre is really what I love. That's my thing. But I did have the honor of directing a little short, which is right there, and it got to show at the Sinister Horror Fest just a couple of weeks ago. So we got to see that on the drive-in theater, or the big drive-in screen, so that was magical. And I did direct it. It's campy, over the top, but it's what I love.
And where
So, yeah.
where can we find this?
So that actually is currently just on DVD at the moment, right
Okay.
now, because we're just kind of getting it out there and things like that. But if you follow me on social media, Lisa Nield Infan on Facebook, and then on Instagram, actress Lisa Marie. So I kind of post things there, where I'm going to be, and I usually have the hard copy DVDs of things, because I just prefer physical media
Me too,
rather
me
than
too.
streaming. I do like streaming, don't get me wrong, but I like having the physical copy of it too, so
Do you have anything else that you want to tell us a little bit about, or?
No, I think that's about it, other than this is a great show, and I usually come here every year. I have the honor of being a guest here, and I've connected so much with other people that come year after year, so it's really fun to see everybody and kind of show the new works that we're doing, and to see everybody, so it's cool.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks.
so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank
Appreciate
you so
you.
much.
I am at Akron Comicon with
Too Many Trench Coats cosplay.
Too Many Trench Coats cosplay, and as you can see, he has a really, really awesome outfit. Can you tell me a little bit about the outfit?
So I'm cosplaying a Grey Knight from Warhammer 40,000. This is entirely made of EVA foam, so it's much lighter than it looks, and the mobility isn't terrible. The only bad part about making EVA armor this big, it traps all your body heat, so I'm just walking in a tiny furnace all the time. So always remember to bring your fans with you or install them. I forgot, and now I'm dying, but it's a good time still anyway.
Right. And how many of these events have you been to? Have you been to a lot of these events?
I think the last count I did of my badges, I've been to over 20 conventions, probably 25. I've been cosplaying since 2012.
2012. That's really impressive. What is your favorite costume that you have ever worn?
Probably this one. This is my favorite one. After this, it would probably be my Death Corps of Krieg, which is also from Warhammer. The one I'm most known for is Castiel from Supernatural. I built my own set of wings for that and installed LEDs inside the coat so I would actually glow when I opened the wings up.
That's nice. And then I have a fan here for you. Can we make sure we're, are we, is that better?
A little better, yes.
All right, perfect. Do you want to keep this?
No, I have not
All
enough
right.
hands for it, but I will be popping out in and out a bunch.
All right, you have a good one. Thank you so much.
Thank
Is there
you so
anything that
much.
you want to share with the world?
Not particularly. Just if you want to cosplay, do it. Doesn't matter what size you are, what race you are, your nationality. If you love a character, go out and do it.
Thank you so much.
Well, that was a good interview. Let's see a bit more from Machinal.
The University of Akron decided back in 2021 to sadly suspend the theater department due to financial constraints and low enrollment. However, this decision hasn't dampened the spirit and talent of UA students. Despite the challenges, these students continue to showcase their creativity and passion for the performing arts. They have found innovative ways to keep the theater department alive on campus, participating in independent productions, collaborating with other departments, and utilizing alternative spaces for the performances. Their resilience and dedication highlights the vibrant artistic community at the University of Akron, proving that even without a formal department, the love of theater thrives. For students interested in joining, there are still plenty of opportunities to get involved in the theater at UA. Don't let your dream of theater become mechanical. Join the talented UA students and be part of the production today.
Hey, I'm Tyler Hapney with ZTV, and we are here today with the cast of Machinal. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about Machinal and the theater program here at Akron?
Awesome. Yes, Machinal is a show that kind of plays on how our society is a little bit mechanical, repetitive, and stuff like that at times, and sometimes go about our lives and not even notice that we're doing the same thing every day. And it also says a lot about women's roles in society, and I think the character I play definitely struggles because of how she was raised and some of the situations she has in her life. And then the theater department, we have had shows here for over 100 years, and while we no longer have a theater major, we have opportunities to get involved and perform and create art together, and I think that's so special, and that's something that's super important to me. And when I got to campus, I was like, I want to get involved with that. I want to do that. So I totally encourage you guys to come get involved with that.
Episode 1, To Business. The episode begins with the clatter of typewriters, adding machines, and ringing telephones, setting a hectic and mechanical tone in an office environment. Several office workers are introduced as they gossip about a young woman named Helen who has arrived late to work once more.
Then why are you late?
Why?
Excuse!
Excuse it, please.
Why?
The subway?
Long distance?
Oh, stop! That's stalled!
Stalled?
No.
What?
I had to get out.
Out?
Out where?
In the air.
Air?
All those bodies pressing.
And we are here now with...
Hey, I'm Sadhu Navanitha.
It's good to meet you. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the play?
Sure. So, Machinal, written in the 1930s, it's actually kind of insane how timely and almost socially relevant it is today. We kind of joke about how, like, oh, I wish I wasn't living through historic times. But, you know, the more things change, the more they stay the same. If you watch this, you'll kind of see all the parallels from, like, you know, almost 100 years ago, how things are very much the same today in a lot of ways. Just, you know, maybe the way people dress and the way they talk kind of changes, but the things that actually happen to them is pretty much the same. So I think that really stuck out to me about this play.
Thank you so much. And I am here now with...
I'm Thomas Emily.
Good to meet you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your thoughts on the play?
So, my thoughts on the show, it's going to be very interesting, and I've been enjoying every part of this experience. Back in high school, I did all 4 years of theater, and to find out there's no theater here at Akron, and just be able to get involved here through the Theater Guild and doing this show has been such a fun experience.
All right, I bet it has. Thank you so much.
Episode 4, Maternal. The focus shifts on Helen's experience after giving birth. The episode is set in a hospital room where Helen lies in recovery. The sound of construction outside adds to the sense of her discomfort and entrapment. Helen's growing sense of isolation and struggle with the expectation placed on her as a woman and a mother, which ends up causing her to lash out, overwhelming pressure she feels from those around her.
Let me alone! Let me alone! Let me alone! I've submitted to enough! I won't submit anymore! Crawl off into the dark. Vixen crawled off under the bed, way back in the corner under the bed. They were all drowned. Puppies.
Episode 5, Prohibited. At the bar, Helen's presence and the speech and her willingness to engage with Mr. Rowe from Mexico indicates a significant change in her character. She's now more willingly to defy societal norms and to seek her own desires, even if that means undermining her marriage. This episode is crucial in showing Helen's growing rebellion against the constraints of her life and her search for her personal freedom, ending in going on home with Mr. Rowe. Domestic. That's a scary sounding title, but anyway, the episode centers on a mundane and intense relationship between Helen and her husband George. They are in the living room, each absorbed in their newspapers and engaging in trivial conversation. George is fixated on his business achievements while Helen is captivated by a tragic story about a woman in distress. Helen hears various voices that reflect her inner trauma and the depression environment she feels trapped in.
All you need is an empty bottle with small stones.
Stones.
I had to get free, didn't I?
Free?
Free?
All free. All free.
Can't sell it.
All free.
Who'd know?
Who knows?
Who'd know? Who'd know?
Who would know? Who would know? Stones?
Who knows?
Stones?
The stones?
Headstones. Headstones.
Headstones. Headstones. Headstones.
And I'm here with
Eric Anderson from Comics R Go.
And we're at Comic-Con in Akron, Ohio. Eric, can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing here?
Sure. Well, I'm a comic book vendor for the most part. I own a shop up by Cleveland in Sheffield Village. And one of the things we do outside of being in the shop is travel around to shows like this and try to sell comic books. Yeah.
And you were telling me earlier you have like these magnets here. You were telling me that you take old comics and you put them and you make magnets.
Well, not every old comic, but if we get stuff, because we get things in all kinds of conditions. So if they're in really nice shape, we price them and we put them on the wall.
Right.
Sometimes we get stuff that nobody's ever going to buy because it's water damaged or it's torn up or it's for a number of reasons. So with those books, we recycle them and we take them and turn them into these magnets over here. Yeah.
And then do you do any other kind of work with the comics or just selling and doing
mostly,
kind of
mostly just selling and the magnet stuff. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would want to say to young comic fans, old comic fans, any comic fans?
Oh, sure. Everybody should read more comics. It's one of the last freedoms that we have that we should protect at all points. So yeah, everybody read more books.
Read more books. There you have it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much.
I'm here with
Lex.
Lex?
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Lex. And I believe you were telling me before we recorded these are your brother's drawings, right?
Yeah. His name's Steve Messenger. He has websites and things. Steve Messenger Art. We're just running the show for him today because he couldn't be here. So yeah.
I think you said that he was at like another thing. He double booked himself.
Yeah,
What's he doing today?
He's in Detroit right now. So he's at a different Comic-Con in Detroit. So
Very
he's
cool,
there
very
and
cool.
we're running the show around here because we live local. So.
I like it.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about how long he's been drawing? Have you been annoyed that he's been stealing your crayons since you guys were like 6?
No, he's been drawing forever. No, what annoys me is the fact, okay, first of all, let's get the one thing straight. I can color better than he can. Yeah. Second of all, I can't draw, so that's the only thing that's really made me annoyed is the fact that he can draw so well and I can't draw anything. Yeah, he can sketch and draw everything in like 5 minutes on a Post-it note. Yeah, so.
So what is your favorite nerdy thing to see when you're here? What is your thing that you see that you're like, oh, this is my thing, this is my people? What is your pop culture thing?
I don't know. I mean, I love all the Pride stuff, always. I love the croc gibbets. I think those are so cool. And like magnets. I just like to put magnets on my fridge because...
Who doesn't?
Yeah,
Who doesn't?
right?
What kind of magnets do you have on your fridge?
I have a friend's magnet. I have, as I should, yes. My husband is obsessed with Marvel. So we have, and the Flash. So we have Flash magnets, Spider-Man magnets, a bunch of Marvel magnets.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Is there anything that you think that your brother would want to put out there in the world?
Well, he worked in a corporate sales job for like 25 years or something crazy, and then he started doing Comic-Cons and stuff, like selling his art on the weekends, and then he just built it up until he could do it by like just doing art. So I mean, he was like later in his life and everything, and now this is what he does full time and he loves it, so go after it.
All right, thank you so much.
Wow, that was a lot of fun, exciting stuff. If you're interested in seeing more of The Lowdown, don't forget to check us out on social media. And if you're more interested in seeing anyone we showed today, don't forget to check them out as well. As for now, I'm Tyler Hapney, and this has been The Lowdown.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. Do you want to gain experience in video production, professional social media, or working with real clients? Visit the UA School of Communications online or follow us on social media to learn more. ZTV, make media, make a difference.